Good morning and good afternoon. I am Jacob Baumgartner, and I'm part of Team Kilt. I am joined by Hope Wasco, Corey Groover, Brian Hansen, and Shannon Taylor. For our presentation and written report in Comm 298, we chose to discuss the very well-known company which is known as Uber. Before we dive too deep into Uber, I would like to thank you for coming and listening and watching our presentation. With Uber, you get to say goodbye to taxis. Taxis are becoming a thing of the past because of Uber. With Uber, you don't have to call a taxi service. You don't have to look up their number in a big yellow book or the white pages. You don't have to wave down a taxi in the city. When you're in a big city such as New York City, Boston, Los Angeles, Chicago, you do not want to waste your time on the streets waiting for your taxi. If you have to call a taxi service, you do not know how far away they are or when they are going to get there, and this can be extremely frustrating. One reason why it could be frustrating is you're out with your friends and you do not want to be worried about a scary man or woman coming up and pickpocketing you or trying to take you. When calling a taxi service, you really have no idea who you're going to get. You don't know if it's some random Joe who is an ex-convict who's trying to make his living to come back to society, or if it's this really genuine, nice, hardworking person. You also don't know what kind of car you're going to get into. There are some cars for taxis that are the normal sedan, but some of them are vans, and some are big and some are small. And if you have a group of 10, when you call a taxi service, you don't really know what they're going to send you. Then, once the taxi arrives, you're like, is this my ride? You don't know if it's yours or if it's someone else who called and is just in the similar area as you. When you use Uber, all these questions and concerns are gone and out the window. Uber tells you who they are, where they are, what kind of car they drive, and when they will be there. It also sends you an alert when they are close by so you have time to prepare and get outside. It also tells you when they are outside so you know exactly who it is for. Uber also provides a series of background checks so you always know who is driving you and that they are licensed and insured, and that you also get a photo of the person so when the car pulls up you can look at your phone and see, okay, this person matches the photo. Uber also has various other security checks, which I'll go into later. So what is Uber? I kind of described it earlier, but what Uber is that it is a phone app for iPhones, Androids, and all other types of phones. This app allows people to be connected to drivers. It is the modern day taxi service. It is much safer, slicker, smoother, and better all around than the old taxi service of the yellow cabs, which are the traditional cabs. I said before that taxis were out of business and they were on the out, but I just said Uber is the modern taxi, and that is true. It is the modern taxi because times are changing. The word taxi is associated with the yellow cab, but Uber has changed that, especially with this young generation currently growing up, going through college, and in their 20s and 30s. What Uber also brings to the table is that it is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. If you are at a airport on Christmas Day and you need to get home and your family won't pick you up because your mom's cooking dinner and your dad's still wrapping presents and all your siblings are out with their friends before Christmas dinner, Uber's there for you. They will be there to pick you up at the airport, train station, take you anywhere you need, no matter how far it is. What does Uber do? Uber allows you, the user, to type in the location you want to be picked up from and then where you want to be taken to. It also allows you to schedule that. Say you want to go out tonight with your friends and you know you're going to want to be at the restaurant for 8 and it's a 15-minute drive. Uber allows you to schedule a driver to pick you up at 7:40 so that way you're there 5 minutes early and if there's traffic you won't be late. Once you set your location where you want to be picked up and dropped off, and whether it's a scheduled time or it's for right then and there, the Uber app will notify all the drivers in the area. Then one of the drivers in your area will accept to pick you up. Once the driver has accepted, you will receive a notification of who the driver is. Then, on your phone and the app, a GPS map will show you where your Uber driver currently is, along with the time it would take for the driver to get from where they are to you. This is huge. Being given the amount of time it will be until your driver gets there allows you, the user, time to get ready and to prepare for the driver. Uber is ahead of the game in the instance with paying. Many taxi services do not allow the payment for the ride with credit cards. Some are now adapting to that. However, Uber, right within the application on your phone, has you link your credit card or even debit card to the account so that way, once you get out of the car, right there on your phone, you can pay the driver. And it also allows you to select the amount of tip by giving them a certain amount, or you can even apply a percentage. One of the biggest differences between Uber and taxis is safety. Uber will send you the make, model, and the color of the car. In doing so, telling the user the color, make, and model of the car, it allows the user to know what kind of car they're to expect. It also tells you the driver's name and gives you photo identification of them. So that way when they pick you up, you can match the driver in the car to the photo. It also has the license plate number. This is a big key to safety. If the make and model of the car are the same and it's the same driver, but it is a different license plate, then something is clearly wrong. Uber gives all its drivers a distinctive sticker to put on the windshield. It is the Uber's logo U. All Uber drivers have it. Uber also allows its users to rate the driver after the ride. After you've been told who your Uber driver is, you will also see his rating. This allows you to figure out if this driver is chatty, nice, mean, quiet, and allows the user to say, no, I would like a different driver, or stay with this driver because he has a clean car, he drives very safe. It also ensures that Uber selects the best drivers possible. There's a lot of benefits to riding with Uber. Uber is a convenient and affordable taxi service that you can get at the click of a button from your cell phone. It also provides a safe alternative to drinking and driving, which is something that no one should ever do. Uber is also cheaper than paying for event parking. Many sporting events and concerts raise the price of parking closer to the venue on the day of big events. It is cheaper to park 2 miles away or even stay at home and to Uber to the event. than to spend $40 to park 10 feet away from the event. When you ride with Uber, that's not the only time you get benefits. If you are an Uber driver, you also get benefits. Being an Uber driver, you are basically your own boss. You get to choose when you want to work, how many hours you want to work, where you want to work. This mainly applies to big cities. You get to choose if you want to work in the north end, south of town, or right in downtown. Being an Uber driver, you also get to choose when and how you want to get paid. If you want to be paid bi-weekly, weekly, or even monthly, you have that option. Uber also helps its drivers obtain health insurance. Uber uses Stride Health, which helps you find the best health insurance plan for you and your family at no extra cost. Uber also has deals with AT&T, Sprint, and Verizon, which can help save you 8 to 22% on your monthly bill. That applies not only just to your phone line, but to the entire families. When you are an Uber driver, you are clearly going to be using your car all the time. Uber allows up to 15% off new tires for the driver on their car or routine oil changes. Cars are supposed to get their oils changed every 5,000 miles. If you are a consistent Uber driver, you will need an oil change more often than the average person. The average person only needs one once every 6 months or twice a year. In conclusion, Uber is affordable, accessible, and easy to the common person. It is on almost all phones and can be accessed anywhere. Uber also has a lot of benefits ranging from being a safe alternative to drinking and driving, as well as cheaper than taxi services. Uber also has a lot of benefits for the drivers. This incentivizes more people to be drivers and allows the access of Uber to be broadened and in more areas than other taxi services are. Thank you for watching and listening to our presentation about Uber. We hope that you choose Uber the next time you are out drinking with friends or if it's just to go get a nice meal.